everyone. I thought that today we could read another story together, and I've chosen one of my favourites, Where the Wild Things Are. So shall we get started? Let's make sure that we're sitting beautifully and that we switch our listening ears on again for story time. Okay, let's find out where we are in today's story. Now, I wonder who this is. I'm not sure. That night, Max wore his wolf suit. Now I understand. He's dressed up as a wolf. He's not really a wolf. So this must be Max. And he started to be a little bit cheeky and cause some mischief. And we can see that on the next page where, look, I think he might be chasing his dog with a fork in his hand. Let's have a look at this picture. His mother called up to him, "Wild thing!" And Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. He must have been very, very hungry. Now, I wonder if you can see in the picture that we spoke last time about if we see the dark blue sky and the moon in the sky, that it tells us it must be night time. So this must be just before Max goes to bed. And something wonderful happened that night. Let's have a look at Max's room. Look what started to grow in his room. I think it's a forest. I wonder what Max is thinking right now. The forest began to grow and grow. It grew so tall and even reached the ceiling. He looks very, very happy and pleased with himself too. Would you like it if a forest grew in your room? I would too. I wonder if he'll start to see any creatures. And then look, we can see Max here. Now, it kept growing until the vines covered the walls and became the world around him. And you can see it now looks like Max is part of the forest. How amazing. An ocean tumbled away and the private boat for Max sailed off through the day and through the night. This is Max's boat sailing away through the day and night. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. I wonder who this is. This sea creature. I wonder if it's going to be friendly or not. Max is looking quite scared, quite terrified about what he's just seen. Look at all of these monsters. And when he came to a place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roar. Can you roar with me? 1, 2, 3. Roar! And they gnashed their terrible teeth. And they rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Can you show me your terrible claws? Shall we show our terrible claws whilst we roar as well? 1, 2, 3. Roar! Well done. This happened until Max said, "Be still." Let's have a look at him. He said, "Be still." And he tamed them with a magic trick. And staring into all of their big yellow eyes, without blinking, they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. I think maybe the monsters are starting to listen to Max. They were so impressed with Max that they made him king. And look, Max has his very own crown. I have a crown too. Would you like to see it? Look, I'm going to pop it on and see if we can wear it for the rest of our story. So, and now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. I wonder what all the wild things are going to do now. Do you think they might be going for a dance? Let's have a look. I think we were right. I think that they're dancing under the moon. But Max is looking a little bit sleepy now. Can you see them now, swinging from the branches in the trees? Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, began to feel a little lonely. And he wanted to be somewhere where someone loved him best of all. I wonder who Max might want to see that loves him very much. Do you think it might be his mummy? I do too. Then all around, from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. And look, Max is looking a little sad while they all sleep. So he's decided to give up being king. So I think I'm going to have to give my crown back. I'm going to give up being king too. Let's find out. But the wild thing cried, oh, please don't go, Max. We'll eat you up. We love you so. And Max said, no. Max couldn't stay anymore. He jumped back into his boat and he sailed all the way home. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Shall we do it again? Are you ready to roar and show your terrible claws with me? 1, 2, 3. Roar! And Max stepped into his private boat and sailed away. Bye, Max. This is Max. But can you see? It's still night time because we can see the stars and the dark blue sky and the moon. So it's still bedtime for Max. And he sailed it back over a year and in and out of weeks and days until he finally sailed all the way back home to his room. And when he got there, what's this on the table? His supper was waiting just for him. Shall we say one final goodbye to Max? Bye, Max. Thank you so much for joining me for Story today, and I look forward to reading with you next week. Have a lovely week of learning. Bye, everyone.